If you grew up with a narcissistic or emotionally immature parent, there are things you lost that no one ever helped you to name. In this video, I want to name 10 of the most important things narcissistic parents robbed you of, so you can stop blaming yourself and start reclaiming your real self back. I'm Jerry Wise, and for over 45 years, I've helped hundreds of thousands of people break free from narcissistic and dysfunctional family dynamics and reclaim their true self. Here are some of the things that narcissistic parents robbed you of. Number one, narcissistic parents robbed your right to form a real and healthy self. In enmeshed narcissistic systems or families, children are expected to become emotional extensions of their parents. The self isn't supported and wasn't supported. It's overwritten by a powerful self. This borrowed self is installed to serve the family overall family super self. In adulthood, identity feels vague or missing. Life is lived through roles, reactions, or emotional Wi-Fi. The real self, the calm, defined, self-regulated, separate self, was never given a chance to emerge. Number two, narcissistic parents robbed your emotional autonomy. Dysfunctional families demanded emotional alignment with the system. There was no space for feelings unless they served the parents' needs. What was stolen was emotional awareness and emotional ownership. In adulthood, emotional Wi-Fi still dictates the mood, leaving you unsure whether you're feeling your feelings or your family system's feelings. And that becomes very muddled for us as adults. Number three, narcissistic parents robbed you of healthy boundaries. Narcissistic parents rob you of the emotional space by teaching you there's no net between you and them. Like you're both on the same side of the net on a tennis court. In healthy relationships, each person stays on their side. But in enmeshed families, you're expected to manage their emotions, not just your own. In adult life, setting a boundary feels wrong because the old wiring kicks in. Saying no triggers systems guilt. Prioritizing yourself stirs anxiety, like you're breaking the rules of a game you were trained to play from their side of the tennis net. Number four, narcissistic parents robbed you of the ability to trust yourself. Gaslighting was used to keep control of the emotional system. Narcissistic parents questioned what you saw, corrected what you felt, and rewrote your truth until you stopped trusting your own inner voice. The developing real self was interrupted, replaced with doubt, deference, and self-surveillance. As an adult, trusting your own knowing feels foreign. You hesitate, you defer, or look outward because the ability to stay grounded in your own truth was never supported. What's missing isn't just confidence. It's the inner boundaries that come from being allowed to become a self. If this resonates with you and you're ready to get your family of origin and get your family out of you and finally step into peace, freedom, and your true self, you're not alone. Thousands of people from over 110 countries have already transformed their lives and relationships with the Road to Self program, and you can too. Click the link in the description to get started today. Number five, narcissistic parents robbed you of emotional safety. Narcissistic families create an emotionally unstable environment where love is earned, not given, and connection always comes with a cost. You learn to walk on eggshells just to keep the system calm. As an adult, you stay emotionally guarded, even in safe relationships. Calm feels suspicious, closeness feels risky. The family's emotional Wi-Fi trained you to expect that connection comes with control. Your real self never learned how to feel safe while staying connected. Number six, narcissistic parents robbed you of the freedom to express yourself. Narcissistic parents suppress your emotions, invalidated your feelings, and made you feel and believe that expressing yourself is dangerous or unwelcome. Over time, expressing yourself starts to feel unsafe or even selfish. Your ideas and beliefs were questioned, even ridiculed. Narcissistic families rob your connection to your real self by teaching you to fear your own voice. In adulthood, even safe conversations feel charged. You either hold everything in or speak everything out from anxiety, but not from clarity or calmness, because you were never supported in sharing your truth as your real self. Number 7, narcissistic parents robbed you of your self-worth, independent of others. Narcissistic families rob you of self-worth by tying your value to how well you maintain the family's emotional system. You were trained to earn love, not receive it, to stay attuned to them and not connected to yourself. So now, even when they're not around, their voices still are present. You second guess yourself, overfunction, seek approval, because the family inside you still decides what makes you enough. You're living from other esteem and not self-esteem, and not a real self you were never allowed to fully become. Number 8, narcissistic parents robbed you of the ability to feel loved for who you are. Narcissistic parents withhold love and affection unless you meet their specific demands or expectations, creating a sense of conditional love. What narcissistic parents rob is the felt sense that love can exist without performance. As an adult, the real self stays hidden, unsure if love will remain once the pleasing stops, because love was never offered freely, only as an exchange. Number 9, narcissistic parents robbed you of the ability to say no without guilt. Narcissistic families robbed you of emotional separateness by turning no into a threat to the system. Saying no wasn't allowed. It was framed as selfish, disloyal, or unloving. So now, even when you assert simple boundaries or wants, they can trigger the system's guilt. You overcommit. You override your limits. You carry others' emotions because the family Wi-Fi still pings you when the real self tries to stand apart and be themselves. Number 10, narcissistic parents robbed you of your personal power and agency. Narcissistic families robbed you of agency by flooding the system with chronic anxiety anytime you made a move towards independence. Choices were controlled, autonomy was punished, and emotional loyalty was the price of belonging. As an adult, personal power feels unfamiliar. Self-esteem feels unfamiliar. Self-awareness feels unfamiliar. And having some personal agency or self-confidence just seems unnatural to you. You pause, second guess, or stay stuck, not because you lack strength, but because the family inside you still treats freedom as a threat. The real self learned early that choosing your own path came with emotional consequences. If you're ready to finally break free and start living with clarity, peace, and grounded connection to your true self, then join the Road to Self program. Many who have joined say it's the missing piece in their healing journey, the step that finally helped them get their family out of them and stand strong as their true self. If you're not sure you're ready for the Road to Self program, then start with my free 84-minute self-differentiation training. Over 30,000 people have joined the free training as their first step. Click the links in the description to get started. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss a new video. I want to thank you for watching. Have a great day and be wise.